Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, 3 shot, 1 fatally in Linstead. The police in St. Catherine are searching for a gunman who shot 3 men, 1 fatally, on Peck Street in Linstead on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as 42-year-old laborer Jason Martin of Russell Pen and the Time and Patience district in the parish. The injured are a 57-year-old Mason and a 46-year-old of Bogwalk addresses. Reports are that about 4 a.m., the 3 men were sitting along Peck Street, also called the Back Road, in the vicinity of Calvin's Plaza when they were pounced upon by a man who brandished a handgun and fired, hitting all 3. Martin, who was shot in the head, died at the Linstead hospital. The other victims were admitted for their injuries. The police have not established a motive for the incident. The Linstead Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the matter. Fatal gun attack on Constant Spring Road. The St. Andrew North Police are probing the murder of a man who was shot and killed by men traveling on a motorcycle this morning along Constant Spring Road. The news team was reliably told that a Mercedes-Benz was shot up in the vicinity of Phil's Hardware. One of the occupants was taken to Andrews Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigators revisited the crime scene this morning for a clearer understanding and commenced a probe. The scene, which is located between Shortwood Road intersection and the Dunrobin Avenue, is still active, so motorists are advised to use alternative routes. Fisherman gunned down in Portmore. A 43-year-old fisherman was gunned down early this morning on Port Henderson Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. He has been identified as Donovan Morgan of Helshaw Park in Portmore. Reports are that about 1:30 a.m., Morgan was shot and killed by an unknown assailant. No motive has been established in Morgan's death. An investigation is being undertaken by the Bridgeport Criminal Investigation Branch. Jamaicans urged to exercise personal digital safeguards. Jamaicans are being encouraged to take control of their personal data and defend their digital rights as the country navigates an increasingly data-driven landscape. Information Commissioner Celia Barclay made the appeal while addressing the recently concluded Data Privacy Conference in Kingston. The event was hosted by the Office of the Information Commissioner under the theme Data is Power, Defend Your Rights, Secure Your Future. This serves as a vital wake-up call for us living in a digital age where data is the new gold to reclaim our ownership of our personal data. We exist in a data-driven world in which the loss or misuse of data, especially personal data, creates a significant risk for both companies and individuals, Barclay said, while underscoring the need for compliance with the Data Protection Act 2020. Companies are also being urged to prioritize the privacy and the security of people's personal data, as a failure to do so could lead to significant legal and financial consequences. There is tremendous power in the ownership and the control of our personal data. With this power comes the great responsibility to protect it and to defend the rights in relation to it, the Information Commissioner emphasized. To assist in heightening public awareness, Barclay said the OIC will ramp up its public education campaign throughout 2025 and beyond. This undertaking will include increased outreach through various media platforms to ensure Jamaicans are well informed about their data rights and how to exercise them effectively. We recognize that establishing a robust data protection framework is not simply about enacting legislation, but also about creating a privacy-conscious society in which individuals understand their rights and are empowered to exercise them, Barclay said. Man shot dead in Hatfield, Manchester. A man was shot dead in his car at the entrance to the community of Hatfield in Manchester on Sunday. He has been identified by the police and relatives as 47-year-old Neville Baker. Preliminary reports are that about 10 a.m., a gunman attacked Baker while he was seated inside his car and opened the fire. Baker was subsequently seen slumped over the driver's seat of his Honda motor car. A police source said Baker has had several run-ins with the law and served the prison time for firearm offenses. Last year, he was among 3 men arrested and charged with the larceny of agricultural produce. 2 weeks prior to his arrest, his son was charged with predial larceny offenses. 60 killed in 55 fatal crashes in 59 days. The Island Traffic Authority is reporting that 60 people have been killed in 55 fatal crashes up to Friday, February 28. This represents a 15% decrease in fatalities, 11 fewer deaths, and a 13% decline in fatal crashes when compared with a similar period in 2024. So far, 16 pedestrians have been killed, accounting for 27% of the fatalities since the start of the year. 14 motorcyclists have also been killed, accounting for 23% of the fatalities, with private motor vehicle drivers also accounting for 14 deaths and 23% of the fatalities since January 1. According to the statistics provided by the ITA in its daily crash report, 6 private motor vehicle passengers have also been killed. They account for 10% of the road deaths this year. Meanwhile, vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion passengers account for 60% of all the fatalities combined. Overall, passengers account for 18% of the traffic crash victims. Meanwhile, males account for 82%, while females account for 18% respectively of all fatalities since the start of the year. The parish of St. Andrew has so far recorded 18% of the fatalities. Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland combined account for 33%, while Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth account for 22%. Early start to March road fatality, pedestrian mowed down in St. James. Under 4 hours into the new month, the first road fatality has been recorded for March. An elderly male pedestrian who was mowed down as he was reportedly attempting to cross the main road in Mount Pelier, St. James in the wee hours of Saturday became the first casualty on the nation's roads since the start of the month. The deceased has been identified as 62-year-old laborer Eric Allen, alias Mazzy, of a Beckersteath, St. James address. Reports are that about 3:30 a.m., a Nissan AD wagon motorcar was traveling along the Mount Pelier main road when, upon reaching an intersection, Allen was hit after he reportedly walked into the path of the vehicle. The police were alerted and Allen was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. The St. James police are investigating the development. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.